no socks and skinny jeans. Call me on Shanika's phone.
I've been A1 since day one, you boo-boo. Your own boy, you black, that's your problem, boo-boo. Lil, you went to school with, boo-boo. Baby mama and you knew, boo-boo. We was in the hood, 14 with the deuce-deuce. 14 years later, going hard like we used to on a dead on me. On a dead on me. I don't give a about no politics and rap money. My little homie's done a deuce, they never coming back, money. So you better go hard every time you jump on wax, man. What they talk about, don't this where it's at, man. Came in the game, you stuck your fangs in the game. You want no chain in the game, your hood, your name in the game. Now you double up, time to bubble up the bread and huddle up. Stick it to the grits, now hip them Benjamins go cuddle up. Skip, hop, flip, shot, flip, flop. With the white tube sock, it goes.
You were checking out the Danny Morrison Show with KBLA Talk 1880 Election Day. Got you coming. Election night headquarters at the bottom of the hour. We'll talk to her, a perennial scholar of LA politics, if you will, about the history of that could be made in Los Angeles if Karen Bass is elected mayor. Right now, it is neck and neck, by the way. Trying to get some updates going. They haven't updated it for a little while here. I'll give it to you as it comes available to me by the end of the broadcast. And we'll also talk about Election Day political races and ballot measures that we are tracking here at KBLA. Make sure you're checking out Dominique DePrima tomorrow morning and also Tavis Smiley. You know they'll give you the whole breakdown on what happened today, Election Day, via KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about. By the way, I have a friend that is watching the doc as we speak. Her name is Dorija, right? Here's what she said. She said, I'm watching it, and I said, keep me posted. I love to know what you think, Queen. And about an hour later, she put, this is terrible. That's what I heard. And she said, I'm only 30 minutes or so in. I will let you know when I'm finished. I said, thanks. I heard that it tries to claim that the Holocaust didn't even happen. And she said, Danny Morrison, you mofo, how are you hosting a show on this topic and you haven't even watched the movie? And I said, because I haven't gotten around to it, time is of the essence. I do plan on checking it out this weekend. It's 3.5 hours. And here's her assessment. She says, a lot of this is just pointing out that the people in the Bible would technically be black. The only reason Middle Eastern and North African people aren't considered black in the U.S. is due to a Supreme Court ruling specifically granting them the white designation. The primary argument was that if Jesus was Middle Eastern, he was technically a Negro. And Negroes couldn't have rights in the United States. So white people had more privilege than Jesus in America, and it was an embarrassment to a Christian nation. That said, the whole theory of victims of the North Atlantic slave trade being the true Hebrew still sounds like myth and speculation, and the documentary is making a really broad argument. I bet Amazon is happy right now.
Oh, my goodness. Can you imagine?
I pulled it up last night. I was like, you know what? Maybe I could start it. But the thing is, if you rent it, you got to finish it within 2 days.
Oh, okay.
And if I fall asleep on it and it runs through, they won't let you restart it. And it's $13.99.
Are you sure? I thought it belongs to you for 2 days if you...
It does belong to you.
But I'm saying, even if it goes all the way through, can't you rewatch it or something?
No. I think once you watch it, done. Once you watch it to the end, done.
I'm not sure about that.
You might be right. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't think, because if you rent it, then it's yours for 2 days. What if you want to watch it back again? You should be able to, while you have, access to it, be able to rewatch it.
Somebody call and check me. I've never watched the movie twice when I rented it on Amazon, so I don't know. Do you own the movie for 2 days?
I think so.
So you can watch it twice?
I think so.
I don't know. We got to see.
Yeah.
Let's go to Q. Q's been trying to get up in here. Q, give me your height, your color, and your hood, Q.
Brother, as far as 5'10", West LA, Violet Black.
West LA, check it in. Drop that. Come on. Yeah. Was I better than Kyrie today? Because you came after me yesterday. Was I better, Q? I just want to know.
Well, I think today your presentation was a little bit better than yesterday.
A little bit better. Well, I'm curious to see what you thought about my my analysis.
Oh, your analogy.
Or my analogy. Thank you.
Was excellent.
Oh, excellent.
Was excellent.
I'm getting a heart attack. I'm having a heart attack right now.
You know?
Q. I'm just telling you because, she's the queen, of course. You just gave Robin a compliment. Y'all better mark your calendar. It's now a national holiday. It's never happened before.
I think the king should take a couple of pages from your book. You know? So I think you did. Well, now getting back to Carrie, Adam Silver is an Ashkenazi Jew, and I do not expect him to do otherwise. But what bothers me is that there are some sell-out Negroes out there, including Barkley and Shaq, who have joined the race to castigate this brother. You know. They would, just like you said earlier, they would not put any white person through what they put in this brother through.
No, they wouldn't.
And I'm glad that this brother is staying on his ground. He don't need to apologize to anybody. He doesn't need to apologize to anybody. You see, I think we are still slaves.
But Q, what's happening on social media, and I mean, Charles Barkley is being castigated all through our social media. He and Shaq are really being raked over the coals, and what Dr. Umar Johnson is doing to the two of them is just foul. Stephen A. Smith, too, by the way. I think what Barkley, in specifics, was trying to say is, this is business. This is business, and we don't want one of our star athletes out there throwing an entire religion under the bus, wearing our jersey. That's all he's saying. This is business. So why doesn't Kyrie just come out and apologize? When he doubled down,
no,
that's when Barkley said they should suspend that cat. And he said, because Silver is a Jewish man himself, he should suspend that cat. That's all Barkley said. And he's being just raked over the coals.
Barkley has always been like that. Whenever you're going to stoop that low for your paycheck, it tells me that you have no integrity. And Barkley doesn't have integrity. And unfortunately, Shaq is falling into the same soup. You know, this issue that is confronting the brother is a well-calculated issue. Now, you hear about last week, I think, was the Bob Acosta. He said Kareem should know his place, and that no one has.
Who said that?
What does it mean? Yeah, Bob Acosta. I think that's the name. He said
Bob Costas said that Kyrie should know his place. He said that, quote unquote.
Yes.
We all looking right now. I didn't see that.
Oh, you can Google that. I mean,
we're doing that as we speak. Now that would be out of pocket. I'm with you on that.
This is how they think about black people. That we still slaves, no matter whatever emancipation proclamation that's taking place, we still their property, and we should know our place, not to cross that line, you know. And so I'm with Kyrie all the way. This is something that needed to be addressed, and all the compromised brothers that are there, if they don't have anything good to say in support of the brother, they shouldn't say nothing at all.
Well, it's their job to make. They provide commentary on the NBA. Kyrie plays his job. You think they shouldn't say anything? They should just say no comment? Is that what you're saying?
What I'm saying is that they should be truthful. They should be truthful. Instead of saying that the brother is being anti-Semitic, how can the black man be anti-Semitic? Let me share something with you quickly.
Right.
You know, the whole West Africa, the population in West Africa, they immigrated from where it's now called Israel to Kemet, which is now called Egypt, to Abyssinia, which is now called Ethiopia, and to Sudan, where the Nubia was. all the way to West Africa. So West Africa, they're all Semites. 95% or more of our people that were brought into slavery, they all came from West Africa. So with that, Carrie is one of the brothers, ancestors, or one of the brothers and sisters that were brought in here. It's not our history. I think you should read a little bit more about our history, not from the Western point of view, but really from African point of view.
Yeah, but the argument that you're providing is maybe historically accurate. I'm not totally sure, to be honest, but I don't think that's what Kyrie was saying. You're speaking for Kyrie. He's not able to articulate it the way that you did just now.
Yeah, I'm speaking for Kyrie, but I'm broadening the whole spectrum to cover so that you know where Kyrie is coming from. Just like he said in the interview, he said, I'm not anti-Semite because I know where I'm coming from.
See, Robin, that's what we do as black people sometimes. Matter of fact, they do it with Donald Trump all the time. He says something that's outlandish, and then they go, oh, my God, I can't believe he said it. Then people come behind Donald Trump and say, no, that's not what he meant to say. This is what he wanted to say. We're doing the same thing with Kyrie right now.
No, I don't think that's what I don't think that's what people are doing. Give me one second.
No.
Let me 1 second, please. Q. I think what's happening is, like I pulled up in the transcript yesterday, I said exactly what Kyrie said in his press conference. He told everybody why he pulled that movie up, where it came from. It did not even come from Ye. Well, I can't say what the behind when it comes to Ye. Maybe influenced it, but what he said specifically was, I know what my name translates into Hebrew. I looked it up to see if Yahweh, if there was any documentaries on my name. He pulled that movie up, and I think what he was trying to, and maybe this is what you're saying, this is what we do as black people, is saying, I think what he's trying to say. He said what he was trying to say. He said that this movie was interesting to him in the sense of he found some ties to it, and I believe that he was saying, I think other people, just like how I was enlightened here, I think other people, could be enlightened as well. So let me promote that. Again, the problem is that he didn't provide any other clarification that, listen, there are some things in here that I saw, that I heard, that I don't believe with and that I don't stand with, and that there's some anti-Semitism in like tropes in here that I don't stand with. He said yes. But he told them what the purpose was of him putting that movie out. So so let me even say this. I'm actually shocked that more people don't understand what seems to be clear to me. It seems very, very black and white clear that he wasn't he even said, that's not who I am. And I think the issue is that he's like, how can I be anti-Semitic? Okay, maybe he's trying to do too much. But he's telling everybody, that's not who I am. I love everybody. That includes Jewish people, that includes white people, Asian people, everybody from every walk of life. So they wanted him to specifically say something that he did not say. But he said it in his own way, and that wasn't good enough for him. And so that's when they tried to put him up against the wall and say, no, say it the way we want to hear it. Say it how we want it. That's going to satisfy us in our. And that's when he said, stop trying to dehumanize me and put that on me. That's not who I am. But that's not satisfactory to everyone else. So I'm actually shocked that you don't have Charles Barkley, Shaq, LeBron James, and everybody else standing up for him to say, listen, y'all, like, okay, well, I think we kind of got what he was trying to say. I think everybody knows he's not anti-Semitic. I think we all know that.
Of course we know that.
Yeah, we do know that. But see, people are trying to pin him up against the wall because he wouldn't say, I'm sorry, the way that they wanted him to say it. And I'm not promoting what he did. I'm not saying what he did was correct. I think he should have gone about it slightly different. But I understand, I believe I understand what he was trying to accomplish in posting the movie.
That is the comment of the night. Can we give her comment of the night? That is Robin M. Queen Robin M. The lawyer for Kyrie Irving, right here live over there.
Yeah.
Queen, I almost called you Queen. Is Q for Queen? Is that what it is? I gotta let you bounce. So we're up against it. Last word. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, thank you, my queen, for the for beautiful once again, clarification. But I don't think Kyrie needs to. This is how they always look at us. You're going to do what we want you to do. You're going to say what we want you to say. As if we're controlling us. And Kyrie is not backing down.
All right.
Those days are over.
Now he is.
They're not going to dictate. They're not going to dictate to us what to say, how to say it, when to say it, and where to say it.
Well, hold that thought, Q, because I'm told he went on Instagram Live tonight, and he may go against everything that you're saying right now. I'm reading. Maybe he bowed down tonight. We'll find out. I'll talk to you later. Okay?
Peace and blessings, my brothers and sisters.
Much love to you. KBLA Danny Mo Show. Stay there.
From Bakersfield to Los Angeles. Like George and Weezy, Danny Morrison is moving on up at KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey, California, abortion rights are literally on your ballot this year. Voting yes on Prop 1 protects your personal health care decisions by putting the fundamental right to abortion and the fundamental right to choose or refuse contraception into the state constitution. So no judge, no politician, and no ban can restrict your decision-making about basic health care services. If you agree that everyone deserves the respect and dignity to make the decisions that are right for them and their families, vote yes on Prop 1 and mail back your ballot by November 8th. Together with the Black Women for Wellness Action Project and the California Legislative Black Caucus, we'll demand reproductive freedom and protect abortion rights for generations to come. Vote yes on Prop 1. Ad paid for by Yes on Proposition 1, supported by healthcare organizations, Planned Parenthood affiliates of California, and Senator Tony Atkins Ballot Measure Committee. Committee major funding from Federated Indians of Great Rancheria.
For generations, our families have worked hard to accomplish the dream of owning a home. Not just to have a roof over their heads, but roots beneath their feet. A place to gather and reconnect with loved ones. A home to pass down through the generations. It's your turn now. And Rocket Mortgage is here to help open the doors to homeownership. Rocket is an expert when it comes to buying a home, and we have the tools to help you get there. In this competitive market, a verified approval can give you an edge with sellers. You'll stand out because your finances have been approved, so they'll know you're a serious buyer. So, when it's time to buy that house and make it your dream home, Rocket can. Let us help you get started. Call 888-900-0409 today or visit rocketmortgage.com.
A verified approval is based on an underwriter's analysis of your title report. Call for cost information and conditions. Equalizing lender license in all 50 states. NMLSConsumerAccess.org, number 3030.
KBLA Talk 1580, putting the spotlight on culture and community. The Rodney King Foundation works in the community to promote positive race relations and achieve social justice. The foundation provides advocacy, educational scholarships, and the powerful Walk in Love initiative. The Rodney King Foundation seeks a world of hope, tolerance, and social justice, where divisiveness has been overcome and all people live together peacefully and harmoniously. Executive Director, Founder, Laura King is striving to enhance the community's self-esteem, health, social services, and social justice locally and worldwide. The foundation is dedicated to continuing the message of Laura's father, the great Rodney King, to promote peace and #GetAlong. For more information, please visit rodneyking.org or call 626-541-2907. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Real talk, real time, the gospel truth. You're listening to the Danny Morrison.
Yeah, we've been doing a whole lot of digging over the last few minutes trying to make sure we get the content to your beautiful ears, our beautiful KBLA listeners. And, we've been talking about Shaquille O'Neal, talking about Charles Barkley, some of the comments they've made about Kyrie Irving over the last few days. And we've got the audio from Shaq when he was on Inside the NBA a few days ago, because we don't want to paraphrase anything. We want you to hear it straight from the horse's mouth, straight from Shaquille O'Neal's mouth, on what he said about Kyrie Irving a few days ago on Inside the NBA. Listen.
The game that we used to love and we promote, it brings people together. And it hurts me sometimes when we have to sit up here to talk about stuff that divides the game. Now we got to answer for what this idiot has done. I stand for equality of all people. I've always been like that. Don't matter what religion, no matter where you're from. I can say shalom, say bone, because that's how I was raised. So I don't really want to sit up here and answer questions for what he's done. You know, if you're looking at me, it's my job to make people happy. I can't speak for him and, you know, answer for you know, what he's doing. It's obviously by his answers and the way he answers, he doesn't really care.
That's harsh.
You know, this is a segment of the black community that always says that, you know, when you talk equality, we can't talk equality until we achieve it. You know what I'm saying? Until they give it to us. Until there is justice. You know, what did Pac say? F peace, because the streets got our babies. Remember Pac said that? There's a lot of black people out there that go, I don't want to talk about your equality. We dying out here. So, you know, when white people say, oh, it's all love, kumbaya. All the colors are the same. No, we ain't the same.
Yeah.
We want to compare to where you at in life.
What do you think about what Shaq said?
He's right. No one's going to say that what he's saying is wrong. Kumbaya, I guess, is the Christian way to go. But is it? While we are dying out here?
Is it? Here's the thing. This is what I think about Shaq. And I really like Shaq. I'm like a fan.
Tough to dislike.
Yeah, I'm a fan of him, and I'm usually on his side of, you know, things that he talks about and everything like that. I just feel like
is he tap dancing? That's what you go
No, I don't feel like he's tap dancing. I think he's very clear on his stance. He called Kyrie an idiot. He says that we all have to, you know, now we all have to. What did he say? I don't know.
Now we want to sit here and talk basketball, and now we got to respond to what this idiot is. By the way, too much calling that cat an idiot.
Yeah, I think that it is. We can all agree that Kyrie did not handle that the right way. I think we could even all agree that there was some hurt there. I think that, you know, by posting that film, I think that it definitely hurt some people. However, I think what LeBron should have said, because LeBron said that. I think LeBron was clear in that, you know, he doesn't stand for any hate or anything like that, and he went on to talk about, which he's absolutely right. That's the reason he did not air the episode of The Shop with Kanye, because he says we're not about hate speech. So I agree with that. The only thing lacking is, however, I don't believe that he you know, is anti-Semitic. I don't think that he meant, you know, any harm by it or something like that, because I believe we're all saying the same thing. We're all saying the same thing.
Right.
I just feel like to go in on him, to call him an idiot for what he did, okay, it may have been a mistake in putting that out there for sure, without any clarification, especially, but to say, to call him an idiot and to not necessarily back him up when you know pretty much everyone agrees that he is not that guy, not an anti-Semite. Like, I think we all know that. I don't even know him personally. I've met the guy, interviewed him, seemed like a nice guy. But those who have a personal relationship with him, I think they're all saying the same thing. They know that about him, but nobody's really backing him up in that way. And I think that's the unfair part. So say whatever it is that you want to say, but just balance it out with backing him up as well.
Are you also in the corner of a large segment of the black community that says that they won't defend Kanye because of the bag, because of their Jewish owners, because they don't want to hurt their paychecks?
Sure.
There's a lot of black people that say, oh, y'all tap dancing because you have to. You care more about the bag rather than you do this young black man that's trying to find his way in life. Do you agree with that statement?
Well, to a certain extent, yeah. When I saw LeBron make the statement, you know, they have to do these press conferences and they're going to be asked about it. So if he said anything otherwise, it could be seen as things. So he needs to go in and say, he needs to go in and debunk, you know, anybody who could say anything that would tie him anywhere into the situation. He needs to go ahead and make a stance on that. And I think definitely because he's being, not to say he doesn't agree, I'll be clear, but I think a large part of that is like, I don't want to be, you know, tied to this in any way, shape, or form. Because let's be clear, LeBron has been involved in so many different things. He's said so many things in the past. Politically, he said a lot of things. We could go down the list of things that LeBron has said.
He's the most socially conscious athlete on the planet.
Yeah.
I say it all the time.
Yeah. He's found himself in some heat before, and so I think he just wanted to be clear and steer very clear away from this whole thing that Kyrie.
Let's say that he got on the microphone at the press conference, and let's be clear, he was asked. It's not like he forwarded the information himself. Right. If he's asked a question, he should answer it. There's some on Twitter that were saying, Black Twitter, that were saying, then you say no comment. I go,
well, if he said that, then they're automatically going to be like, oh, you agree. And
exactly.
Yeah.
And even if he had said, look, y'all, I played with that cat for 4 or 5 years. Y'all really think that Kyrie Irving is an anti-Semite? Even if he had said that, which is a positive comment, they would have said, oh, LeBron agrees with him too. So he's trying to take the high road and go, I'm all about love. I'm all about peace. And they're twisting that as well. It's a lose-lose situation.
Well, the reason why they're twisting that is he didn't necessarily have to stick himself in it.
But if he had said no comment, they would have done the same thing.
No, he didn't have to he could have commented on Kyrie, and not, it seems a little, how do I put it? For him to say, well, I'm all about love. I'm all about, while you're commenting on Kyrie's situation, it's like you didn't even have to say all of that. You didn't have to say, well, I'm this and I'm that, and I believe, this ain't about you, LeBron. You know what I mean? So I think that maybe that's why people are coming at him on Twitter.
Maybe if he had said, how about this? I played with that cat for years. From what I know about him, he's always been about love and peace. How about that? I'm just trying to find the right words for LeBron.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because he's being barbecued on Black Twitter.
He is. And meanwhile, Nick Cannon about to put a crown on this dude as the guy. Nick Cannon, out of all people.
He just got another woman pregnant just now.
Well, someone he's already had pregnant.
That's true. News and traffic right now. When we come forward, Areva Martin. She will let us know what's going on out there at Karen Bass Election Headquarters live. Danny Morrison Show, KBLA Talk 1580. We got a lot to talk about. Stay there.
Nighttime is the right time for Danny Morrison on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Mike Stevens with an election update from the Black Information Network. The counting is still going on in various races, and there are still outcomes to be determined. Here is what we know for sure. These are all final results involving black candidates. Democrat Wes Moore is the first black governor in Maryland. He beat the Republican in a landslide. Letitia James, Democratic African-American Attorney General in New York, has lost her race. She is one of the main prosecutors of Donald Trump. U.S. Senator Tim Scott victorious in his race in South Carolina. African-American Democrat Val Demings lost her bid to become U.S. Senator in Florida. For several other important races that will affect the balance of power in Washington, counting is still going on, and African-Americans are still in the mix in several of those contests. I'm Mike Stevens with an election update from the Black Information Network. Another update coming shortly.
Drought, war, and rising food prices have doubled the number of families facing malnutrition. You can help. $50 provides a food kit to feed a family for a month. Just text the word radio to 97646.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
As long as NFL owners have nobody to answer to, the league will continue to have an embarrassing shortage of black head coaches. Only 3 of the NFL's 32 teams have a black head coach, and one of them, Carolina's Steve Wilks, is working on an interim basis. The Indianapolis Colts hired just Saturday a TV analyst to take over the head coaching duties after Frank Reich was fired on Monday. Saturday played 13 years for the Colts, but he's never coached in the NFL. The Colts have 7 black assistants on their staff, including defensive backs coach Ron Miles, 22 years of coaching experience. Even when you do the math, it does not add up to fair opportunities in the National Football League. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. This sports report was brought to you by MVP Accident Attorneys. When it comes to your settlement, we're slam dunk. Call 833-MVP-WINS or check their website at themvp.com for a free case review.
If you're the victim of a car accident, call the pros at MVP Accident Attorneys. When it comes to getting the maximum compensation you deserve, our team hits it out of the park. Call 833-MVP-WINS for a free case review.
Call on me, your MVP.
Hi, I'm Travis Smiley. As KBLA Talk 1580 host, we never quite know where the conversation is going to go. But sometimes our guests really surprise us.
Let me just close with saying I downloaded your app while we were talking. It's a terrific app. I look forward to it. I'm enjoying your format and what have you. I will tweet it to my several 100,000 followers and call their attention to it as well.
If the KBLA 1580 app is enticing enough for our guests to download and share, you should download the app and share with your friends too.
That's beautiful.
1580 app today and take us with you wherever you go. KBLA Talk 1580.
You are now rocking with the best.
We got a lot to talk about.
Now arriving, the King. Metro's new rail line will connect communities like West Adams, Crenshaw, Baldwin Hills, Lamert Park, and Inglewood. It all opens up Friday, October 7th, and you're invited to celebrate at the grand opening block party featuring food, live performances by local artists, and more. It's all happening at Lamert Park Plaza on Friday, October 7th from noon to 6 p.m. Find out more about the festivities, new stations, and free rides at metro.net/K-Line. KBLA Talk 1580 is the official station of the K-Line.
Vote Heidi Felstein Soto for LA City Attorney. Heidi is running to stop corruption at City Hall, to protect neighborhoods from crime and illegal guns. And as the first woman ever elected LA City Attorney, Heidi will stand up for reproductive rights. That's why Heidi is the only candidate endorsed by the LA Democratic Party, Planned Parenthood, the LA Sentinel, and the LA Times. Vote Heidi Felstein Soto for LA City Attorney. Paid for by Heidi Felstein Soto for City Attorney 2022 General. Info available at ethics.lacity.org.
Roll out. The all-new Gardena Nissan is proud to be a part of during their fall sales event. Zero Down delivers any new or pre-owned car at Gardena Nissan. They're located conveniently on Redondo Beach Boulevard at Western, and they specialize in helping folks out who have no credit, bad credit, bankruptcies, or repos. The folks at Gardena Nissan will take fantastic care of you and help you get into the car you need and deserve at a spectacular price. Visit them today or shop online at GardinaNissan.com. The all-new Gardena Nissan is proud to be a partner of KBLA, and right now, during their fall sales event, Zero Down delivers any new or pre-owned car at Gardena Nissan. For the best deals, log on to GardinaNissan.com. Zero Down on approved credit. GardinaNissan.com. Roll out.
You're listening to the Danny Morrison Show exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
Guess the neighbors think I'm selling dope. Hey, the neighbors think I'm selling dope. Yeah. I don't want no picture with the president. I just want to talk to the man. Speak for the boys in the bando. And my nigga never walking again. Apologize if I'm harping again. I know
you were checking out the Danny Morrison Show on KBLA Talk 1580.
I've been building me a house back home in the South.
We've been excited waiting for Reba Martin to come up in here. She is live right now at Election Headquarters. Mr. Reba Martin, how are you doing tonight, huh?
I am doing well, Danny. Thank you. Seems like your show's lit tonight.
Crazy tonight. And plus, we all excited as well because we just got the numbers. I don't know if you saw them. It was just an update. It says Karen Bass 50.4% and Rick Caruso 49.6%. 30% expected votes in. That's good news, right?
That's excellent news. Everybody can go to bed tonight. No need to wait up because we're not going to have final numbers. It's not like, back in the day when everybody voted in person and you could stay up till 2
2, 3 o'clock in the morning and find out the winner. It's going to take a couple of days for these, final votes to come in. A lot of people voted today. They dropped their ballot in the mail today, which was perfectly legal and legitimate. So it's going to take a while for those ballots to make their way to the county recorder's office to get counted. But we're going to know who's going to win this probably within a week or so, which is good news for the city of Los Angeles.
We are talking to Aretha Martin, who is live at Karen Bass election headquarters as we speak. I was scared when it said there was going to be precipitation in the weather. I said, yeah, come on now, Aretha, you know how we black people are. If it's raining, we ain't going to turn up. Do you think that we still turn up?
Black women in particular, we got a little issue with that thing called our hair. For us to go out in the rain, but we also are the backbone of the Democratic Party. We are serious about our voting. We understand the privilege. We understand the right. We understand how important it is. And the beauty of our voting system in California is a lot of people had already voted. They hadn't waited until Tuesday. They had dropped their ballots in the mail days before. So I don't think the rain, I'm hoping that when it's all said and done, there will not have been a big drop-off because of the rain. I hope that the majority of the people had either dropped their ballots in the mail earlier or were able to fill out their ballot and just run out real quickly, get a little wet, but drop it in a drop box or, take it to a polling place. This is way too important for us to be bothered by rain.
Absolutely. Ariva, it's really tight. The numbers are really tight. Is this expected? Was this expected of the race to be this close?
Yeah, remember in the primary, Rick Caruso was up, and then there was that 7-point swing after about 2 weeks after those late ballots came in. And then over the summer, Karen Bass was actually up 15 points. But see, when you got $100 million and you can use that to put ads on basically a loop to tear down your opponent, which is what Rick Caruso did to Karen Bass, those numbers start to close. And there was some polling out real close to, Election Day today that showed that the race was tight. She was still ahead, but it was very tight. So we've always expected that after into this race by Rick Caruso, that it would be a tight election. It's not going to be a runaway. Nobody's going to win with some, huge amount. But that's what we're seeing in races all across the country. A lot of tight races, but Democrats are doing really well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Aretha Martin live at Karen Bass election headquarters. So give us the assessment. What's the mood out there? What's the temperature? Are they excited? Are they nervous?
Everybody's excited, but kind of, we got PTSD from 2016 Hillary Clinton.
Right?
I think Democrats are a little nervous. They want to get out there too quickly and celebrate because, remember, people had packed their bags. They had quit their jobs. They had, called the moving company. They were going to D.C. to work for Hillary Clinton and then, woke up the next day only to realize that Donald Trump was the president of the United States, not Hillary Clinton. So I think most people are happy. They're celebrating because there's been a lot of hard work, a lot of, just boots on the ground, people working hard. But there's also a sense of let's be a little reserved, let's not celebrate too quickly. But overall, there's a sense of a pride that a black withstood the attack, the assault. So even whatever happens in this race, I've been telling people this from day one, we got nothing or should have but love for Karen Bass because it takes a whole lot of woman, a whole lot of person to stand up to the kinds of attacks that she's been subjected to over the last year in this campaign.
Absolutely. And, on another note, it says a lot about Karen Bass to be in a race this close with having Caruso with that type of budget, with that type of, like you said, the slanderous campaigns against her. It says a lot about her and her support.
So much. I was on the bus with her for 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, and we went all over the city. And everywhere we went, the just authentic groundswell of support, just people, coming out of their houses, cheering, telling her how much they love her, cheering her on. It was just incredible to see every part of this city, K-Town, Oaks, Northridge, Boyle Heights, Echo Park, there wasn't a part of the city. We even went by the Grove on this bus. Slowed down.
Love it.
That's
and played drums and loud music.
That's well played. Very well played, Ariba. Going by the Grove,
so, you know, like you said, we all should feel good that she has just stepped up to the plate. It's not easy to run for office. You know, the attacks on social media, all of the commercials, the print attacks, just everywhere you go, there are people who have bought into these lies that have been told against her. So, you know, we want women to run for office. We want minorities to run for office. We want diversity. But yet when people step up to the plate, oftentimes they don't get the kind of support. So I just want to say that for the most part, the support has been incredible. But there are some people in our city that, you know, I think could have done more, could have shown more love and support for this candidate, because if you don't support candidates, nobody's going to want to, you know, put themselves out there, put their families out there, and be under to run for office. We're going to end up with all, you know, billionaire white men running the country, and I don't think that's what most people want. But if you don't want it, you then have to support those candidates, you know, who do represent diverse populations.
Preach. Wow. We are talking to Ariba Martin, broadcasting live from the Karen Bass election headquarters. I got to get a question out before we let you go, because we only got for a couple more minutes here. Now, Stacey Abrams has now lost 2 gubernatorial races in a row. And Beto, correct me if I'm wrong, Beto has lost 3 in 4 years. Are their careers done? Do they no longer run? What does each of them do?
Well, Stacey, first of all, let's say both of them are young. Both of them are very talented. Stacey, you know, is a gifted and brilliant best-selling author. Stacey has a career in Hollywood. Don't be surprised if you don't see Stacey, you know, rolling up to you on Sunset Boulevard in her
pull up,
convertible
Stacey, pull up.
Bentley. Let me be clear about that. So I think we're going to see Stacey doing movies and documentaries and really moving more into film, television, and, you know, books. I think that's what her career is. And she may do something else in politics, but like I said, she has options. She's already written a couple best-selling books. She's a novelist, so I wouldn't be surprised if she doesn't become like the next Ava DuVernay, start, you know, producing content like that. And Beto, again, young. He's a white guy. You know, he's going to fall up. Don't worry about Beto. He'll be fine. You know, he may have a couple $1 million offers in his future. He may run for office again. He's just in a tough space. Texas, as much as we like to think of it as purple, it's still pretty much a red state. Florida, you know, Val Demings put on a great campaign, but couldn't cross that finish line in terms of beating Marco Rubio, even though that issue of guns and how many schools have had those horrible shootings in a state like Florida. But the voters went to the polls and reelected Rick, you know, DeSantis. So Ron DeSantis, So, you know, we just got to give, again, credit to those Democrats. Give it up for Cherry Beasley in North Carolina, ran a brilliant campaign. Didn't cross the finish line, but again came very close to becoming a black, you know, female senator. The number 3. We've only had 2 in the history of this country, so we didn't do as well as we wanted to. But let's celebrate Wes Moore.
Give love to Wes Moore, by the way.
Governor.
Come on, man. Give love to Wes Moore. We got to give love to him. 44 years old, governor, Maryland. What?
Governor, 3rd in the country. Amazing. So we can celebrate. And John, you know, Fetterman in Pennsylvania beat Dr. Oz, sent Dr. Oz packing.
Peace.
Back in New Jersey, since he didn't live in Pennsylvania to begin with. So a lot of credit to John. You know, he had that stroke, and he didn't give up. He didn't give in. He went right out on that debate stage, held an hour debate with Dr. Oz, who's a, you know, TV, you know, expert. He held his own, and he just showed that, you know, working class people, poor people, regular everyday people can appreciate that authenticity, appreciate that when you fall down, you get back up. So we've had some wins tonight. I'm feeling, you know, this wasn't the red wave that was predicted for months. Republicans may take control of the House, but it's not going to be by large numbers. And we are winning governorships around this country. I think we're going to hold the Senate. If not, we may even pick up. We're going to do very well, I think, in California, in Los Angeles County. And we're going to wake up feeling a lot better than we did the day after the 2016 presidential election.
Absolutely fantastic. Hey, real quick before we let you go, you got that event coming up for your foundation. You want to tell our listeners about that real quick?
Yes. We're going to take a break from election, and we're going to move into pre-holiday galas on November 17th. Evening Under the Stars. It's one of the premier events in the county, nonprofit events. It's for children with autism, their families, children who have other developmental disabilities. It's going to be at the hottest new venue in L.A., which is the Beehive on 60th. We're going to throw it back to the 1930s when Central Avenue was the hot spot for jazz. So we're going to have just a fantastic evening under the stars, jazz performances, real hot DJ, great food, great company, and raising money for a great cause, which is going to raising money for the opening of the first ever autism and medical clinic in Los Angeles. It's going to be in the Jacqueline Avant Child and Family Center on the campus of MLK. So we're super excited about that.
I have to tell you, Ariva, probably about 6 ago, I attended. I covered the carpet for your Evening Under the Stars event, and it was absolutely amazing. You are incredible with that. It's such a classy event. I hope that you have such a beautiful turnout. I know you will. And so thank you just for even exposing me to that. So I hope everyone, where can they go to find out more about your event?
You can go to snnla.org. That's the website for Special Needs Network, and all the information is on our website. And if you're not working on the air, hit me up because I got some tickets for you.
All right.
I love it when people tell me they were there and they helped, make the event special, which if you were doing the red carpet, that's what you were doing. You were making that event even more special, and I appreciate you for that. I appreciate you for all that love and support. And hey, I want you in the house again this year, so hit me up.
Absolutely. That sounds good.
Ariva, I was there last year. Come on, man. I was there. I was there last year.
Got your ticket, boy.
Ariva Martin, broadcast.
I got your back, too.
You better have my back. Come on, man.
Thank you.
I got your back. All my KBLA brothers and sisters and colleagues, I just love all of you doing such a fabulous job. And, hats off to our man, Mr. Tavis Smiley, for bringing us all together and allowing us an opportunity to talk to millions of people across this great city, state, and country.
Absolutely. Have a great night, okay?
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
See ya.
All right. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Right, bye-bye.
Love her. What's the show? KBLA Talk 1580. We got a lot to talk about. Stay there.
From Bakersfield to Los Angeles, midday to nighttime. Like George and Weezy, Danny Morrison is moving on up at KBLA Talk 1580.
Governor Newsom not supporting making kindergarten mandatory. Maisha Cairo here. It's your K-Black Minute News. The Office of Governor Gavin Newsom released a list of bills from the current legislative session that he both signed and those that he vetoed. Among the bills vetoed was Senate Bill 70, which would have made attending one-year kindergarten mandatory beginning the 2024 to 2025 school year. Existing California law does not require children to attend school until they are 6 years old, the age that children typically begin first grade. Kindergarten is reported to help level the playing field for children who are less likely to receive high-quality child care preschool. Parents and community members, what are your thoughts on all this? I'd like to know. Tweet us at KBLA 1580 #KBlackMinute with your thoughts.
Accident. Who goes to bat for you is crucial. We're MVP accident attorneys, the personal injury pros. Hiring the right law firm can be the difference between a rewarding settlement and striking out. Our team is in it to win it, and we'll fight to get the maximum compensation you deserve. Call the pros at MVP Accident Attorneys at 833-MVP-WINS for your free consultation. Call 833-MVP-WINS.
Call on me, your MVP.
Show them who we are.
KBLA Talk 1580 has not one, but two Black Panther Wakanda Forever weekend giveaways for KBLA Talk 1580 listeners. Friday, November 11th starts your weekend with a private screening of Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Dinner for two and an overnight stay at the W Hotel Hollywood. On Saturday, be our guest to the KBLA Wakanda Forever brunch and pool party. Win a KBLA Wakanda Forever weekend at the W Hotel Hollywood. It's simple to enter. Open the KBLA Talk 1580 app and enter to win. Two winners will be announced Thursday, November 10th. Listen to KBLA Talk 1580 to find out if you will experience the KBLA Talk 1580 Wakanda Forever November 11th at the W Hotel Hollywood. Black Panther Wakanda Forever private screening. Dinner for two. Overnight stay at the W Hotel Hollywood. Brunch and pool party on Saturday. Download the KBLA app and enter to win the KBLA Talk 1580 Black Panther Wakanda Forever weekend. Black Panther Wakanda Forever opens November 11th in theaters nationwide. But there's only one way to win the KBLA Talk 1580 Black Panther Wakanda Forever weekend. Open the KBLA Talk 1580 app and enter to win. The KBLA Talk 1580 Black Panther Wakanda Forever weekend is sponsored by Top Shelf Getaways.
Only the most broken people can be great leaders.
Real talk, real time, the gospel truth. You're listening to the Danny Morrison Show on KBLA Talk 1580.
Can we just gloss over the greatness of Areva Martin for a second? I mean, that Evening Under the Stars is an upscale black excellence event, man.
Top notch. You know, and you know, thanks to Areva Martin. She stayed up late, gave us some, some live hands-on information about what's going on with the election. Obviously, we're trying to pull up numbers while we're here, but it's hard to do so while we're in the middle of the show. So, I appreciate her calling in because she's high level. You know what I'm saying? Areva's high level.
Listen, Areva is big time, man.
Yeah.
Areva is top notch, man.
Definitely.
So we've got some audio, I guess. Mr. Kyrie Irving went live on Instagram tonight, and it's all over Twitter. And people are calling him a sellout and saying that he's giving it up and he needs to stick to his guns, not knowing the bag is disappearing. He ain't stupid. He ain't. So let's blaze it up. Let's see what he said. We haven't heard this, right? We got like 5 more minutes left. Let's do 2-3 minutes and see where he went. This is Kyrie Irving live on Instagram Live earlier tonight. Listen.
I gotta share something with y'all. There ain't no bad news or anything like that. It's just a reality, right? And I'm gonna ask y'all from my soul to yours, please do not get distracted out here. Please do not fall victim to what the system is putting out there. It's a lot of misinformation. It's a lot of trauma going around. It's a whole lot happening in our world. And the system wants you to be depressed, wants you to be in a state of being that is low vibrational. All right? It's a change and it's a shift in what's going on in our world right now. And I'm letting you know, I'm not being arrogant or anything like that, but from 1981 to 1996, this millennial generation, we're here to shake some.
Separating the black
We're here to shake some stuff up. But in order to shake some stuff up, right? And the next generation, Gen Z, is going to come right after us, so they're watching us, right? And you got my kids' generation, which is very young. But I got on here to say this. Please do not get distracted out here emotionally, spiritually, because the system itself is, is dying. It's dying. Old ways of living, the old ways of doing things, it's not going to last for too much longer, y'all. I'm just saying. And I don't know anything, right? I don't know all the answers to what's going on, but I'm saying this to y'all specifically because it's important that those that understand that are aligned and what's going on around here, that y'all paying attention, because without us making a change right now and shifting our consciousness, our kids they're going to fall victim to this system too. And the system I'm talking about it's a myriad of objective topics for kids, which is sex, love, relationships, religion, culture, class, finance, entertainment, media, social platforms at this point. Please do not fall victim to these things that are being manipulated and controlled. Please do not. Please do not. We have so many truth tellers out here that are doing the right things, and I could point them out, but you have to have your own level of discernment once you're consciously awakened to what's really going on. And I could go on and on, but look, I have to speak in general topics because it gets too mixy.
Well played.
You know what I'm saying? But I hopped on here specifically to share something with y'all. My generation, the millennial generation, we got to be better. We got to be better. My millennial generation, we got to be better. We know the truth, and sometimes that will put us in places where we're fearful or we have anxiety. And in order to make an impact out here that is generationally sound, where it lasts for not just one generation, but for 7 to 10 to 20 generations now, we have to break free mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy to do it, but we have people out here that are willing to extend a helping hand and do it. And I went live on this main.
All right. Look, I think there's a lot of word salad in that entire thing, but I do love the fact that he's talking to his generation. It's like, why we always got to dissect up the black community all the time? We're all in this together, man. This ain't, what he's basically trying to say is we're boomers, and the way that we were living is going away. And what he knows, his generation, they got all the answers. Well, he's got to look for the right people to give us the right template or the right path. And it's like, dude, no, you screwed up.
I don't see it that way at all.
It's that simple. You screwed up.
I don't see what he said that way at all. Ooh, not at all. Yep.
We got to talk off mic because we are not doing a show again tomorrow. We moving on from Kyrie. Enough. But I wish him the best.
Me too.
I hope so. I hope he finds his peace. I hope that he finally gets to the point where he's got a certain right direction. And stop listening to the voices in his head, whatever that's telling him. I'm sorry. But we got the dope. Good luck. God bless. Gone. And Karen Bass gonna do it. We're gonna find out in the morning. Check out Travis Smiley and Dominique Dupree in the morning for your election updates. Keep it on KBLA Talk 1580. We got a lot to talk about. Be good.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to an election day. I'm Mike Moore, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Our top story comes out of Illinois. Students at Jones College Prep in Chicago are protesting following a Halloween costume controversy. With more on that story, here's Perry Williams.
A group of students gathered for a sit-in yesterday after a student attended the school in a German military costume for Halloween and made gestures seen as anti-Semitic.
This is not only about this singular incident, this is